When I first heard about an ancient soil building technique used over 2,000 years ago, I was, well, pretty skeptical. Could something so old really outperform modern fertilizers and all those fancy soil additives? But curiosity got the better of me, and I decided to give it a go in my own garden. The results? My plants didn't just grow, they absolutely exploded with life, producing more vegetables and flowers than I ever thought possible. This isn't just some obscure gardening myth, it's actually a proven method, rooted in history and backed by modern soil science. The technique is known as terra preta, or black earth, and it originates from the pre-Columbian civilizations of the Amazon basin. The ancient Amazonians didn't have synthetic fertilizers, but they faced a big challenge. Their soil was notoriously poor in nutrients, quickly leaching away anything that was added. Yet they found a way to transform it into one of the most fertile soils on Earth, a soil that has remained rich and productive for centuries without needing constant amendments. The secret? A combination of charcoal, compost, and organic waste, layered and worked into the soil in a way that fostered a thriving community of beneficial microbes. The charcoal they used, often called biochar today, played a key role. Unlike regular wood ash, which can just wash away, biochar has a porous structure that acts like a sponge for nutrients and water, holding them in place and making them available to plants over time. It also creates micro-habitats for beneficial fungi and bacteria, which are essential for healthy soil ecosystems. When combined with composted plant matter, manure, and food scraps, it becomes a living, nutrient-rich soil amendment that feeds plants slowly and steadily. I decided to follow the same principles. I started by making my own biochar. This meant partially burning small branches, sticks, and garden waste in a controlled, low-oxygen fire until they turned into a lightweight, charcoal-like material. I then charged the biochar by soaking it in compost tea. This step is crucial because adding raw biochar can actually pull nutrients from your soil at first. Once charged, I mixed it with rich homemade compost and spread it evenly across my vegetable beds, gently turning it into the top layer of soil. Within just a few weeks, I started noticing differences. Plants that usually took a while to establish were growing faster and looking greener. My tomatoes set fruit earlier, my leafy greens were lush and tender, and even my usually stubborn carrots came up straight and strong. I didn't have to water as often because the soil retained moisture much better, even during hot, dry spells. And the real surprise? I hardly had to add any extra fertilizer. Everything the plants needed was already there, held in the biochar's microscopic network. What makes this method so incredible is that it's not a one-and-done fix. The benefits actually increase over time. Each season, as more organic matter breaks down in the soil, the biochar continues to store nutrients and improve structure. In a way, you're building a permanent foundation for long-term soil fertility. Unlike synthetic fertilizers that can harm soil life over time, this method works with nature, supporting the delicate balance of microbes, fungi, and earthworms that keep your garden thriving. Scientists studying Amazonian terra preta have found that it can remain fertile for hundreds, even thousands of years. That means the biochar I add today could still be feeding plants long after I'm gone. It's humbling to think that we're not just improving our own gardens, we're creating a legacy of healthy soil that could benefit generations to come. If you're curious about trying this in your own garden, start small. Even a single bed treated with biochar and compost can show you just how powerful this method is. Use small branches, corn stalks, or other woody garden waste to make your own biochar, or buy it pre-made from a reputable source. Always remember to charge it with nutrients before adding it to your soil, and pair it with compost or manure for best results. This 2,000-year-old trick isn't just about growing bigger plants. It's about creating a sustainable, resilient garden that works in harmony with the natural world. We often think of progress as inventing something new, but sometimes the greatest breakthroughs come from looking back and rediscovering what our ancestors already knew. My garden has never looked better, and I have the wisdom of ancient farmers to thank for it.